If God's order of things in marriage and relationships offends you, then pride is in the room. Because listen, God is a God of order, and there's an order and a structure to how he designed relationships and marriages to thrive and to operate. Okay, there is an order. The man is the head of the woman, period. Okay, that doesn't mean the woman is less valuable or not equal, because we are all equal. There's just different roles that we play and we should be abiding by as believers. And God is the head of the man. So, what do you have to be afraid of? You should not be afraid to be controlled. If your man is submitted under God, you best believe he's going to be going to God about the decisions that he makes, right? And he is going to be a man that is trustworthy. You can trust him. He's not showing you any red flags. So before you get into that, that's what you should be looking for when you're dating or you're courting somebody. Where are the red flags? And you're giving yourself time, right, to be able to see if there's any red flags in this person, man or woman. But when you feel like you generally found someone in your, marriage is the goal, or if you are married, then you should be okay with the order of the household. It's God's order of the household. And if you're not okay with it, then that's pride, and it's probably because you're hurt and you wounded, and you need to heal from those things. There's trust issues, there's fear, there's abandonment wounds, there's rejection wounds, all these things, right? But you are not the head. As a woman, you are not the head of the man, baby girl. You are the wife. You are the helpmeet. You are just as valuable as the leader, but you are not the leader. Okay. You both can have strong leadership traits, but when it comes to God's order and making the final decisions and having like the God given vision, I believe that is for the man. You might have a God given vision as well. Of course, you can have dreams and aspirations and goals, but like when you're coming into covenant and union, all that stuff should be talked about. Do you guys have similar visions? Do you have similar goals? Do they align? Can you guys come together and complement each other and have a marriage that glorifies God and it's about him and not yourself? You ever notice how God's truth can sting a little bit? Well, that's usually pride screaming. God's not being harsh. His order is not meant to control you. It's meant to cover you. So pride breaks what humility could have built. Sometimes conviction is just God trying to protect you. This isn't going to be super long. I think I've made my point very clear. I might come off as a little like aggressive or whatever, but I'm just very passionate. And like sometimes I remind myself of when Paul was speaking, right? Like I'm paraphrasing, but he was talking about like, I write like this in the scriptures so that I don't overwhelm you in person. He writes like very sharp and comes off as aggressive or very passionate in the scriptures. And he does that so that he doesn't have to say it to your face and hurt your feelings. Right? Like he is being mindful, but it's different when you write something and then you speak in like this in the same tone to somebody in person. So I'm just passionate. And these are things that I wish people would have taught me. And I wish that I have learned, earlier on. But like, if we're offended by God's order of the household and you don't understand or accept that the man is the head of you, the wife, but God also is the head of the man. So there's a covering. It's for your protection. If you don't understand and accept that, then you should not even try to be in any type of marriage or relationship until you first can understand that if you say you love God and you serve him, that he is your king. And kings don't make suggestions. The king has commandments and we must abide by. The reason why we serve God is because he first loved us. He chose us for one. We heard his voice. We accepted the call. When he called, we answered, right? But also we are a willing bondservant. We are a willing slave. We are willfully becoming a slave to righteousness because we trust God and he has revealed himself to us that he is a safe person. We have tasted and seen that the Lord is good. He has plans for us, to prosper us, to give us a hope in the future, not to harm us. And the same applies to godly marriages and godly relationships. But I think the emphasis is dealing with the pride and dealing with the wounds, because that's the main reason why so many relationships fail and there's so much tension and like toxicity, is because wounds and trauma that's undealt with. So, anyways, if God's order offends you, then pride is in the room. And let's just deal with that.